Xbox at the moment for some reason, so I'm using Mixer instead. I have no idea how it works. So we're going to be playing some time ago. Played a lot of it since then, but I've never actually got an ending other than the minute there. It always seems to fall into that. I'm feeling like I want to play a sniper lately. So I thought we'd try a sniper character. So I'm using the build from Fudge Muppet. I've just blanket stolen the whole idea of the build off their YouTube channel because I'm creative like that. However, I am going to make some adjustments here and there, particularly in terms of the faction and roleplay. So, yeah, we're going to be building the character up from scratch and going through their build, and hopefully this will all work out using the new software. Well, yeah, it's this software. I'm using the inbuilt app on the Xbox, so, which I've never ever used before. Meanwhile, it is about 3:20 on Saturday afternoon, so the football's going on, and George Savile has scored for Middlesbrough, so that's good news. I'm leaving in the start because it's so beautiful, kind of thing. I think it's one of the best starts I've ever seen in any game.
War. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
So yeah, I didn't want to talk over that intro too much. I really like that one. I actually think it's even better than the Fallout 3 one. Better than the Fallout 3 ending.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Now we're going to be playing as Nate. Well,
Absolutely.
male.
Now get ready and
gonna
stop
rename
hogging the mirror.
Right.
I can hear the ink spots in the background. I actually really like the ink spots. We're going to change the face up a bit though. I don't want to be that big. We're going to be playing a sniper, so we're going to be quite a weedy little guy, I think, in comparison. That looks like a Grognak kind of build to me. Your design and Nora's design are actually coupled together. We're just going to edit from there. We're going to edit Nora
My
first, and we're
turn,
going to go
big
with
guy.
preset. The combination between the two of you, though, gives rise to what your child will look like. So depending on what skin colours you choose for your characters, it makes an impact on what your child looks like. I used that one actually for my Stab Happy Crazy character. Quite like it, but the hair needs to be a little bit longer. Just personal preference on the hair kind of thing. That looks like a character you meet later on in the game. I'm just going to go with the default.
Let me just slide
Nora,
here.
because we're not choosing her as our playable character. Right, so we'll change the face. We will... I don't know, I'm thinking... With the shaggy memes, I'm not going with that. We'll go with
I
bedraggled.
like it. Makes you
Colour.
look younger.
No, I thought bleach would be sort of more blondie. Yeah, golden blonde.
This new haircut's really working for me.
Right. Facial hair. Kind of want a goatee, I suppose. If we're being a sniper, we don't really want gunslinger because we're not a gunslinger. We'll go with poetry slam.
Ooh,
Fine.
mustache. Very cool.
Kind of want to be fairly gaunt, if it allows me to be. Nope.
Not bad. Not bad.
Type. Handsome. No, we're not going with handsome.
Such a cute nose.
I don't even see the difference between some of these, to be honest.
I clean up pretty nice.
Eyes. Type. We could be tired. Small,
Your eyes.
narrow.
That's the reason I said yes when you asked me out.
We're going to be playing as a sniper, so I kind of want fairly piercing. I'm going with pale blue like my eyes in real life. There we go. Ears.
Looking good, if I do say so myself.
Average 4, just because. Why not? And then chin.
Oh,
Narrow that down.
looking
Okay, yeah.
good.
You know what? I actually can't really be bothered to do too much on this. We're going to be very, very thin and slight. Here we go, looking like All Might post loss of All for One. One for all, rather. Extras. Damage. Kind of want a scar going across the face. That's the one.
Yeah, not bad.
What? Turned it off. I didn't choose it in the brown gaps. Why is it not there? Oh, I'm not clicking the right button because I'm stupid. Okay.
You look as good as the day we met.
Except with a massive disfiguring scar and stupid facial hair. We can actually change the facial hair later on in the game, and I can't believe we've been going for 8 minutes already. Because it just flies past. Right, so this is our house. There's Ickle Baby Sean. Let's tickle him while the mobile goes round and see if it takes our arm off. You're
Wonder what
special.
Sean will grow up to be.
I wonder. Well, I know because I've played this game quite a lot. We can just interact with them.
He'll either be great at spelling or great at smashing blocks together. Should get this signed next time we're at the park.
Ambitious.
The glove's a little big right now, but Sean will grow into it.
Unless the wall blows its hand off. Last Reader's board game. I always quite like that. I actually quite like that picture, even if it is fairly low res. I like lighthouses. I like.
Ah, good morning, sir. Your coffee. 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection.
Hi, Cosworth.
Thanks, Cosworth.
Of course, sir. Enjoy your coffee, sir.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite.
You can actually play kind of as Grog. So I drank that, but I didn't even pick up the cup. I've never even bothered drinking the coffee before. This is actually the first time I've done that. There'll be a few things I've never done in this game before. Untuck your top.
Huh?
We should take Codsworth to be serviced soon, don't you think?
Baby's crying.
Oh, sounds like
It's a little early to be drinking.
I shall attend to young Shaw.
No, it's not. We're at war.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
I like having the subtitles on because the audio with some Bethesda games is a bit odd, should we say. So if you're not looking directly at it, it's really, really quiet.
Good old USA.
Literally into your ear.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, so canonically, the male player character, well, the male character in general is a soldier, and the female character is a lawyer. In the present day.
Can you get that?
Stanley
It's
Bot.
probably that salesman. He
What
comes
did
to
he all
you every
come in?
day.
He looks a bit bigger than that. Did we have to assemble? Oh, there's a van outside. A Vault-Tec van. There's a man at the door. Did he knock?
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Vault-Tec?
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about you, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will. Luxury accommodations where you can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Certainly.
What's
Urgency.
so important?
Why, nothing less than your entire future. If you haven't noticed, sir, this country has gone to heck in a handbasket. If you'll excuse my language. The big
Excuse your language of
kaboom
covering up
is-
the word hell.
It's inevitable, I'm afraid, and coming sooner than you may think, if you catch my meaning. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time.
Talking, I may as well eat
I'm
some
being
sweets.
a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
I really wonder, does he actually know the full story about the vaults?
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Tell me
Tell
more.
me more about this vault.
Oh, it has all the amenities of the modern home, I assure you. Not to mention total protection from nuclear radiation and hostile mutants. A better future underground. It's not only our mission, it's our passion.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid! Splendid. Now, let's see.
Right, so this is the special stats. These are basically your core stats. You can increase them during the game in various different ways. It's also where you input your name. Now, I've borrowed the special stats, the starting special stats from Fudge Muppet, and a build up to level 50. Hopefully we'll get beyond that. Now normally, the first thing I go down to is intelligence, and then skip that all the way up to about 9 or 10, depending on how I'm feeling. You do get Bobblehead, which increases it by +1. All the special stats have bobbleheads. You also get another way of adding one on after you leave the vault, if you find it. Some people have found ways as well of cloning that method and glitching it so you get ridiculous amounts. I'm not going to be glitching. The more intelligence you have, the more experience points you get and certain perks you can get. I will find another workaround for the experience. It is a workaround. It's not a glitch. It does take some work to do. I will not be doing more than a couple of repeats of it on stream because it gets boring pretty quickly to watch at least, although it is kind of funny to do it, in my opinion. But we'll do that. Now, while I'm putting this together with the stats built up from Fudge Muppet, I will say a lot of people have conspiracy theories about the Vault-Tec salesman. Does he know what's coming? Does he know what's going to happen in the future? Does he know exactly what Vault-Tec do? By the way, I've gone with the name Oswald because there are hundreds of spoken names in the game, and I chatted with Lizzie and we thought Oswald was quite a good one. It's quite a cool name to start off with. It also kind of a reference to one of the more infamous snipers in human history, Mr. Lee Harvey Oswald, of course, who was a gifted sniper. We're not really playing a particularly heroic guy in this character. So we've got one strength, we don't really need it, we're a weapon specialist, we're not going to be carrying too much. We're going to be carrying a couple of rifles maybe, a shotgun and maybe a pistol for weaponry. We're not going to be doing heavy armour. Our whole idea is we're not seen. Perception, we've gone for 9 out of 10 because we get the perception bobblehead really, really quickly. If we need any more, I'm going to bump that up. It really mainly helps with VATS, and I am going to be using VATS a bit more in this build than I normally do, although not all the time. Endurance, again, you're fairly squishy. Charisma, well, this guy's a bit of a loner, and backstory, he's a sniper, he's not particularly charismatic, we'll go with that. Intelligence 4, he's... well, I normally play a high intelligence character to level up quicker. I don't really think I need that this time around. This is a bit of an experiment for me. I normally go max intelligence, make it as quick as possible. We're going to be using a sort of exploit, though, to gain experience over time. But with this character, I'm feeling that they're just enough education. They went into the military rather than doing anything else with their careers. No dig against military people at all here. I'm just thinking this character's backstory is that they went in the military because they couldn't think of anything else to do, and they've been trained in one set. They've never really wanted to do anything else, so they're very skilled, trained as a sniper, which reflected by the perception and agility and luck. It's going to allow us to get some good perks, and that's all I'm going to really go with on that.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
I say into a closed wooden door.
Peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Of course. Sean is still crying.
Mr. Oswald,
Hey.
Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
There are some absolutely fantastic little Easter eggs with the names.
Mr. Oswald,
Pick for your character,
if I may, Sean
which
requires
relate
your
to some
personal
mysteries
attention
in association
to
with
avoid
this
his
game.
father, after all.
First character I played with I called Deckard. For example,
How
after
are
Rick
the two
Deckard
most important
from
men in my life doing?
Blade Runner. I'm not going to go into that. If you
Lovely,
get the
lovely.
reference,
He loves
you'll find out why it works across this game.
Hey,
I want one
how's
though.
my little guy? Much better now, huh? Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
Why did she close the door?
Followed by... yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes. Sounds
People are running
of
outside.
explosions. We're trying to get confirmation.
What?
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Yeah, let's stand around and do nothing.
We need to get to the vault.
The door flies
Now!
open. Bertie Bird flying over. So,
Residents of
we're actually
Sector
finally doing
36.
something. We can sprint a little bit.
Registered.
This way we're fairly low.
Vault 111 immediately.
Because of the place with the bloody mixer. It's actually covering my AP. Right. Keep track of how I'm doing. I'm going to have my instrument up on my computer.
That's absurd! I am Vault-Tec!
You don't
There's
get
the
in.
Vault-Tec rep we
I'm
were talking
going in.
to like 2
You
minutes ago.
can't stop me!
Using power armor.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you!
Good luck,
You
ma'am.
two, follow me.
This is
Come
an
on.
absolute
What's gonna
fantastic
happen to all those people
opening.
outside the
Doing
gate?
everything we can. Now keep moving.
This is
Step
one
on
of my
the
favourite
platform in the center.
bits. Any game ever. I think it's... there we need to look.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too. Oh my god!
There we go.
Hold on!
Be completely unconcerned with a massive red fireball. Cool guys don't look at explosions. We most certainly did for a bit. I probably should have just looked away from it, but that kind of spoils it for you. Hi, Mr. Russell. Can we be
did it.
friends?
We made it.
I like your shirt.
We're okay.
I'm still in my pajamas.
Everyone please step off the elevator
Not IRL.
and proceed up the
Went up.
stairs in an orderly fashion. No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home.
I go first. I'm the most important.
Vault
I'm the
111.
Dragon Lord. Wait.
A better future underground. Yes.
And I think all these logos and font and everything on there. So you love it.
No,
It's finally moving.
Hale,
Hi, dude.
Hello there. Once we seal the vault, we'll all be getting to know each other a lot more, I'm sure.
I'm going to take your lunch money.
This way, please. Female and good. Step over to the table. Take a seat.
Thanks. What now?
Just
kinda
follow
cute.
the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
He's taking just us three. Screw everybody else in the
It's
queue.
down the
I'll
hallway
come back
right
and do loops.
This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it here. This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you.
Now, as we're walking through, we can have a bit of a
Our
look
home.
around.
Everything we had.
Do you notice something is missing?
How long
I go through that door?
will we be down here?
Oh, we'll
Got
be
you like a
going
fish.
over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
It's a good fit, don't you think?
The vault suit is designed to be fashionable as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the
Yes.
future, right?
Such a
Sorry,
lovely
Mrs. Callahan.
family you have. I hope you'll see this as your new home.
Where are the beds?
Hey there.
This way, please.
Why did I
Just
shout
step
at
in
him?
here and put your vault suit on.
Decontamination pod. Does something not stick out a little bit as odd to you with the design of this decontamination pod?
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault.
Where's the
Just
access?
Time for a whole new life.
Resident
If
secure.
you're familiar with the Fallout games, you know that the Vault-Tec company aren't exactly
Occupant vitals.
nice.
Normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we've travelled to Chicago, February 2019. That's more than just the polar vortex. Well, everything's going great guns for us in our little freezy pod.
This is the one.
There's people.
Here.
Open it.
You get away from my door. And let's play with my child. Crying a bit much.
I got him.
Let the boy go. I will continue once.
I'm not giving you shot.
She's dead. He is one of the most interesting characters I can think of in games. I think he's brilliantly voiced, and I think he is actually quite a fascinating individual. We'll get to learn more about him over time. However, we've been going for about 25 minutes, and all we've done so far is make our name and run along. So, Nora's dead. Got another failure in the cryogenic array. Now, How long has gone on between them?
Vault residents must vacate immediately.
Started a clash.
Come on! There has to be a release! Come on, come on, come on!
What?
Oh, God!
I don't know why we're hurrying. Why do they swing her back in anyway?
I'll find who did this.
And why did we take her wedding ring off? Like, really, I don't get that.
I promise. Oh, God. Why would Vault-Tec do this?
Release override.
I think I've ever trying to release people before, actually.
Malfunction in cryopod
broken.
manual release override.
Okay, so we've got to get out. Look in here, though.
Can't be the only one left. Hello?
No, terminals
Anyone?
scattered everywhere. Monitoring people. I'll have a look at this one in the other room. I'm not going to look at all of them. Terminals can be quite interesting if you're going through this on your own and willing to spend a lot of time on them. Premature termination resulting in system failure, isolated manual, remote override detected, controls disabled. Life support. Offline, premature termination resulting in system failure, isolated manual, remote override detected, controls disabled. Pod occupant status. And then we've got all different people. We'll just look at Mrs. Whitfield. Cause of death, asphyxiation due to life support failure. She's dead. How come she gets a first name though, actually, Cindy Coffey? They're all going to say that. Now, apparently there are some mysteries about the individuals down here. Some people have rationalised that individuals who are down in this vault from the neighbourhood are actually having affairs. We'll take a screwdriver, an adjustable wrench, and a ball-peen hammer, because why the fuck not? That door's broken.
Malfunction in emergency exit door
We can
override.
squat and walk with it.
Contact your Vault-Tec
And there's a bug.
representative for service.
Not as in an in-game bug, but an insect. We've got a weapon though to defend ourselves with. And there's a room in here, which has been ransacked somewhere. It looks like the aftermath of a wrestling match. Stim pack is always nice to have. Maybe complicated too.
Cryogenic
Security terminal. Vault 111 security instructions. Confidential, confidential, confidential. Security eyes only. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects, so they were being absolute arsewipes. Vault-Tec are not nice people. They shaped out to be doing this all for the good of humanity, to rescue people, and instead they were playing with people. They intend on getting people down anyway, regardless of whether the bomb's dropped, to experiment on humanity. Security staff, assigned staff have their own roles. Under no circumstances is staff allowed to deviate from assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with Vault operations are capital offences. They would be killed if they fucked about. Operating protocol management. Resident admittance. All personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with admittance of Vault residents. Security personnel will maintain order and ensure that no personnel or residents attempt to evacuate the Vault. Research staff will be responsible for resident intake and escort each to the designated cryogenic pod. Residents not accounted for in the manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detainees. Vault entry must remain sealed under any circumstances. Staff duties. Science staff. Members of the research team must daily monitor the vital signs of cryogenically preserved residents. Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be reported hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the resident population perish while in cryogenic suspension and must not interrupt suspension. They didn't intervene. So, independent research encouraged. Now, security patrols every 8 hours. Settling disputes, enforcement regulations. Yeah. Facilities and maintenance. Yeah, everybody has to like do their own kind of work. All clear evacuation, all clear message. Following a nuclear event, Vault will monitor hazards. So they were planning on doing this without a nuclear bomb falling. What's condition team say this terminal received all clear notice. Upon receiving the all clear notice, Vault-Tec personnel may be evacuated at overseer discretion. Disregarding the notices from organisations or individuals not associated with Vault-Tec, including government and military residents, are not to be disrupted or evacuated. Vault-Tec will attend to their needs remotely once Vault 111 has been evacuated. Managed shells period, classified short-term assignment. Numbers of personnel expected to carry out research duties basis maintenance of the Vault while awaiting the all-clear signal to evacuate. In the absence of an all-clear, The overseer may elect to evacuate staff after a mandatory shelter period. 180 days of containment. Don't get out within the first 180 days.
All residents must vacate immediately.
I'm just going to be taking 3 bits of pieces to start off with. Just safe having them. I have played a little stint as a melee character. Melee, not my favourite way of playing this game. Skyrim it works, not so much though in a world where most have guns. There's some rad roach meat though.
Giant roaches?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yes, Oswald. Coffee cup. Some empty bottles. Some people have found great ways of using the empty bottles to get really, really quick levels in the early game. Again, I feel that requires a bit of exploitation from what I remember, so we're not going to go with that. Just going to be taking a few bits here. I know we don't have a huge amount of strength, so if we run out, we're just going to start throwing stuff away. I did not mean to sit. You know, we're in a crisis situation, so why not sit down at the coffee table? Well done, Arnold. Okay, so recreation terminal. This one, overseer memo. Remember, use of a recreational terminal is privilege. If work performance declines, this privilege may be revoked. Enjoy responsibly. There is a game built into this terminal. The high school play tape. It's got a holotape in, which is basically like a CD. It's called Red Menace. It's basically Donkey Kong. How high can you get to it? It is just Donkey Kong. I don't remember the controls here. Except rather than rolling barrels at you, he's also firing nuclear weapons. Power armor. Oh, I couldn't actually move with that. See, I don't remember how this works properly. Why would you ever bother getting the power armor then? It's worthless in that position. Yeah, I'm just going to give this one go. Try getting up to Menace. Oh, I hit that as well. Right, yeah, screw that. However, we can actually take that with us, so let's do that. I like, when I'm playing as a Minuteman character and building up a settlement for actual use, potentially actually putting terminals in with all the games in that I find throughout the world, and having that to make it feel more like a settlement, have a look at a mini arcade to keep people happy. Beds, you can actually sleep in them, you can recover some health, and get the well rested bonus. We may well use that a bit during this game, because we have slower levelling, that if we are turning quests in certain locations, then we will sleep before turning them in, because we get a bonus to experience gained. Can block. That was a nice swap. I was like playing tennis. I didn't even mean to do it. Dead bodies.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
I'm sure that one's supposed to get fried by the electrics. It's ignoring us. Great. Good going, that game. Press the bumper to power attack. Make sure we took some radiation damage there as well. Oh, where are you? There's another one. Taking some radiation damage. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get high enough science to get the radiation. Right. Stimpaks are basically health potions. Pistol. Some eyeglasses there. We can't actually change our outfit at the moment. Eyeglasses though do give certain items like eyeglasses do actually give buffs. Overseer instructions. Vault 111 designed to settle long-term effects. Yeah, we've read that one. Cryolator is a special weapon which we could get, but we're not going to be using it on this character. I don't particularly like the Cryolator. I've never properly used it because ammo is so scarce for it. I don't like that. Overseer's log will actually potentially shed some light on what happened, however. Preparations. The final staff orientation is complete, but All but a few of the residents down Sanctuary Hills have been enrolled, and several from Concord as well. Vault Tech supervisors came up this week to do a technical review with me. This vault is ready to open. I can only imagine what ones our residents will get to witness. The nation's leaping forward in time. I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of our future realised. This guy was obviously brought in with the feeling that it's not all bad. He didn't think there was going to be a nuclear war. He obviously thought that this was kind of like a fun little experiment, didn't realise that it was torture. Probably not smart enough, he was probably kept fairly stupid. It happened, we were lucky that most of the staff was nearby when the early warning came through. We had less notice than expected, but only Nordhagen was missing when we sealed the entrance. Brushes and admittance went smoothly, everyone made it, even the family that waited until the last minute. That's me! I was worried that there would be more suspicion, but things happened so fast to these people, they must have been too overwhelmed to question the cryogenic pods. So obviously noticed that something was a bit dodgy. System malfunction. Strangely, she stayed with pod C3. Charges appeared to be having heart palpitations, nothing life-threatening but unusual. It was almost too late that the pod was malfunctioning, the cryogenic array almost started thawing her out. We're not sure, but I suspect a hiccup in Vault-Tech's remote override systems may have sent an errant signal. To keep an eye out, I only hope the systems are reliable once we evacuate the staff. So we're evacuating the staff, but leaving people frozen. That's lovely. There's been no all-clear signal yet, even though we're nearing the end of the 180-day mandatory shelter period. Lives were never intended to last much more than that, and despite my best efforts, people begin to question what we're doing down here. If people think we can just leave when the 180 days up, they're insane. Radioactive exposure will still be potent enough to fry everyone if the vault seals are breached that early. The whole point of the all clear was to receive additional instructions from the main office. I don't know what to do. I can't open the vault. I can't expect a supply to last forever. I just have to keep everything under control until they're all clear. So I believe that this guy was fairly naive when he took the role, thinking that like it wasn't torture and screwing with people for no apparent reason with what they were doing. Thought it was going to be a nice thing, waking people up 100 years in the future to see the future. But he knew that something was going wrong, and then he's in a situation where he knows he's got a hard job if the bombs actually fell. He really didn't think they were going to happen. Mutiny. Faction led by the security personnel have turned on me, demanding that they be allowed to leave the vault. Idiots. I will not open the door to be irradiated to death out there. I'm consolidating the remaining supplies, putting the staff on lockdown. We're going to have to start prioritising who deserves what little food we have left. I've been too damn generous with the rations. People don't like it. That's fewer mouths to feed. Open the evac tunnel. The personnel evacuation tunnel is now open. Remind all staff to be orderly and follow shutdown protocols before exiting and resealing Vault 111. Please maintain all staff records and research. Report to your local Vault-Tech superiors, debriefing and further. That's obviously sort of a standard message. So there's another pistol there. Some more ammo. That is the cryolator. It is a master lock case. There is a way of getting it fairly early in the game, which is a bit of a cheat, but since I don't use it, and I think the cryolator is absolutely worthless, and by the time you actually get lockpick high enough, you'll have forgotten it's here. You can use one of your companions that you get very early in the game to kind of glitch through the case. If you've not played this game, I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. Will. I'll say who it is when we find them. May even demonstrate it, if I can be bothered. So now we've got a gun. And we can look down the sights. And shoot a little fucker like that. We can also use bats. This actually lends credit to one of the main conspiracy theories about the game. You get the record reference with Deckard. You might be able to figure out what I mean later on. There is also a terminal later on in the game which I'm determined to find. I haven't actually found it. I forgot about it entirely. But a video by the Epic Nate on YouTube actually covered it really well. Yeah, I've kind of panic fired then. That was not my finest moment playing this game. Normally I'm much more cool, calm and collected, but the fact that I already got hit earlier, I don't normally... I'm a little bit rusty. Press X to reload, we don't need to. I'm sure I already reloaded it anyway by manual reload. Yep, it's telling us to use the sneak function, which I've already demonstrated twice. You get sneak attack bonus. We're going to be using that one hell of a lot on this playthrough. Yeah, you can use that to do that.
Is this all that's left?
And now that door we couldn't get through is actually open. We can go straight back through to see our dead wife. Yes. Romantic. So, that was a bit of the rad rage. That was a bit go fuck yourself, rad rage. And there's the Pip Boy on the floor. which we need, and is incredibly useful. Thanks to the addition of the Creation Club, long after I started playing this game, you can actually now paint your different colours. You can also paint your weapons different colours. There was an option to get Brotherhood of Steel, Gunners, the Institute, the Railroad, and the Minuteman, which will all make sense to you later on. I have some of them, not all of them. We can actually put our holotape that we found though with the game on in our Pip-Boy, and then we can play the game here. We favorited those for the moment, we may as well keep them favorited for the moment because that's what we have. There's radio, there's the map, data which gives our quests, workshops and stats. Collected 29 junk, looted a chest, killed 14 creatures, 1 critical strike, sneak attack. Inventory, where we have those weapons. We have eyeglasses, which buff our perception by 1 stat. We have 13 radroach meat. There's our special stats, buff glasses on. Yeah, we're doing alright. So, oh, we actually need to put our thing in there. I kind of got carried away with showing the Pip-Boy. So, Pip-Boy plugged in here. I don't know how they close it from the outside. They must have left.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated.
I really like Fallout 4.
Stand back.
I like how it's closed those doors. We can open that one again to let radio into the outside. I got in. Walk away. Big gear. Came in 3 and a bit years old. Still amazed by it, and I played it through so much. And this is the end. Still a lot to learn. So now we're locked in, you know, we can change our appearance, name, special attributes there. We're not going to do that. We're going to leave the box.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing.
We didn't really have a choice
Tech.
on either of those matters. When a vast penetrator percolates to target an enemy's body parts that are blocked by cover, we will probably be picking them up later. By the way, if you're playing on Xbox, you can press X, it changes it to that kind of like holographic one, which allows blueprint view, so you get weapons. You can also control the position on the screen and rotate it, different sheens and things like that from a different light source. And it's a pin badge, I think, because whenever you rotate around, you can see the little flat spot on the back of it. Now we've been living underground for a while. I don't know if you clocked the date on the Pip-Boy. We went in 2077, I believe it was. And date on there somewhere. Yeah, 2287. Well, we've got a handmade shotgun and Morgan's spacesuit, thanks to the Creation Club. And the dog rescue and the horsepower armor as well. I've installed all of them. I've kind of forgot about them. I like it. On previous characters I have actually had to wear dresses, for example, while playing as main characters to get better prices at the shops. Multiple cocktails, red X, all red teeth. So we've got some... so I'm believing that whoever came down used this button here to run the elevator. We've got another wrench. Birds. Do not show up on VATS. Some of them are not birds. That one was a bird. Put the gun away. Do these have anything in? Radway and Mulrat teeth. Oh, Ramen skull. Bowl. More skeletons. Yeah, that one. That one was a bird. Not all of them are birds. There are some fake birds in a lot of places throughout the game. I cannot remember where all of them are. It's a bottle cap. If you've never played a Fallout game before, you may be wondering what the fuck is he doing taking a bottle cap. All will become clear, my friend. Bottle caps are incredibly useful. Very it's cram, which I believe is spam. It's in a tin, it's processed meat. This is where we ran up. Sometimes I like to take alternative routes down mountains. Yeah, we pressed in the last stick before to spread. Ooh, flowers. If we want to do some chemistry on it. Now, in real life, I am a chemist. Well, qualified as well. Not working as well at the moment. I do like some chemistry. So this is coming out right next to the house. This is the sanctuary. See on the compass at the bottom. If it's filled in, it's supposed to be discovered. Straight ahead there as well, there's another place we can't discover, which we'll get to in a little bit. It's not looking quite as pretty as it was when we lived here before, but, old friend...
As I live and breathe!
What up, Codsworth?
It's really you!
Yeah.
Codsworth? You're still here. So, other people could still be alive too.
But of course I'm still here! Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the wife see you in that state, hmm? Where is the missus, by the way?
Do we be blunt by saying they killed her? We could just say a better place.
She's... in a better place.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game.
How does he love playing charades when he's a tiny baby? He's been
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him.
I'm
going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
We already know the 200 years bit. We can say 200 years. We've already looked at the Pip-Boy. I think we know we were frozen. That's impossible. I feel
Doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel fine.
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Oh,
that doesn't make much sense.
The Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner.
We already said we feel fine. We've been frozen the entire time.
You must be famished.
Right, so in times if it's a different colour, then it can be a speech check. Because though we have virtually no charisma, these are going to be quite hard. We probably will not be getting much of them.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
That one works though just to show it off.
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed. Nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood.
If I read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, where they leave Marvin the Paranoid Android waiting in a car park until the end of the universe.
Of dusting a collapsed house. And the car, how do you polish rust?
Focus.
Whoa. Focus, Codsworth.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
Anything
Have
dangerous?
you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, sir. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
Yeah.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
Now while we're doing this, and we've actually got a bit of wandering around to be done, what would your special stats be? That's what I want to know.
What's all this?
And what would mine be if you know me as well? motion. There's a bug. Don't fly. Okay, kill the insect quest as well. You get experience from killing people and completing quests. If you've played the Elder Scrolls games, they work a little bit differently. We'll keep on finding insects to kill. Bubblegum, nice. Now we don't have any lock picking skill. I don't think we have any bobby pins. Yeah, there's a novice.
I only had a bobby
safe.
pin.
Dresser. Clean hand suit. Broken bed. Sunglasses. Excellent. I like me some sunglasses. Dog bowl there. Go. If you play as a Minuteman, you'll probably get quite attached to, / used to, Town of Sanctuary. I was going to let him kill them. I know I should really be killing them for experience, but somebody's been staying here. There was a straw pillow in the middle of that floor. I never even considered that before. I'm pretty sure Oxhorn has done some videos where he's based himself in that corner there with that TV. Oxhorn does some fantastic videos on the subject of horror. He's actually so well liked by a certain aspect of the community that he has his very own build by Fudge Muppet. If you are watching this on YouTube, I will leave a link to the build itself and those channels below if you are so inclined. Now let's have a look. We've got some new items in our inventory. We're going to be ignoring the handmade shotgun for now. I feel it's a bit unfair with the fact that I've managed to get that before you can actually get it in game. Clean tan suit boosts charisma by 2 stages, however it has no resistances. The resistances damage resist 5 energy and 10 radiation with our Vault jumpsuit. Morgan's spacesuit is ridiculously broken. That was from that other game, Prey, I believe it was, also by Bethesda. The sunglasses, however, look a little bit cooler than the eyeglasses because the eyeglasses are not my taste at all. The sunglasses also offer the +1 perception, and it makes more sense for a sniper in that sense. We can actually go sort of first person mode. Like that. Still not my kind of sunglasses at all, but whatever.
Hey, Codsworth.
Mr. Oswald, the missus and young Sean, they aren't here.
It's okay.
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, sir. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood, and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the home.
So he's going to stay here. Would have been nice to have some company. Doesn't matter though. Find company all the way. Now here is a place you'll become very familiar with if you plan on doing any building, for example. Even more useful if you happen to be, well, working with a Minuteman, for example, and stationed there, if you have a lot of the upgrading things available. Now, we could upgrade this pistol quite a lot at various different times. We can upgrade melee weapons as well. We are, however, going to be using the rifles more than anything, so we don't really need that. We're going to transfer all of our junk into there. We're going to be stashing all the pistols, all the security bands. I'm not going to take the short handmade rifle for the moment, or Morgan's spacesuit, because that feels like cheating. We're going to keep that on us for the moment in case we need it. Higher charisma means better price at the shops. We're going to install the bubblegum. We're going to install the cram. We're going to install the hub flower. Going to keep though the medicine on us and bloatfly and radroach meat. Now, despite the fact they have very high rads values, rads, the more you have, takes more off your maximum available health. Despite the fact they have quite high values on that front, we're going to keep them because we can do stuff with them to reduce that value. Now, this isn't our house. There is a greaser jacket and jeans in there. Keep that on us as well. This, I believe, was our house, directly opposite the yellow one. This looks all very familiar. There we are. Grognat Barbarian. Critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do 5% more damage. Not particularly useful for our playstyle, but it just shows what you can get. There's a tricolor American flag there. We'll take that. We can use that later on. We'll stick those things in the thing. Now then, this was little baby Sean's room. I'm going to take the blast radius board game, because that's also going to be useful in crafting. But there's the Your Special book. Now with the build that we're going with, we're actually going to put that into luck. We could put it in strength, but we could put it into anything. Except at the moment, perception, because we're at 10 out of 10 perception with that outfit. We're going to go with luck though. Now there is a way of duplicating that book. I'm not going to show it. It does feel like cheating, and it would, in my opinion, ruin the game. I'm going to leave the blocks where they are as a tribute to Sean. Which doesn't really make much sense, but screw it, this is my playthrough, so I'm going to do it. You know, we can use it. For example, one of the other characters in the game can very, very kindly donate unto you a toy soldier. Increases jacket engines, boosts luck, and actually has 5 energy damage resistance, so that's pretty good. And we can tinker with things later on when we get certain upgrades available. One through a faction which I am going to ally with just long enough to unlock that extra. They are not the faction that we're going to play as for the game. Now here we find ourselves on the way out of Sanctuary. And here there's a fire pit. And an enemy. Good-o. People have obviously been staying here post-apocalypse. Bye-bye. We want to be getting some kills, we also want to be doing some cooking. The reason why we want to be doing some cooking is because it removes the rads from those meals. We get bait, bloatfly, it actually gives you rad resist, so it has no rad damage, it actually gives you more health back and eating the raw as well. Certain things are really, really good, some things they come from the DLC, so Nuclear, for example, only comes from the DLCs. So there's Gazelle Steak, Hermit Crab, Gator Claw is a DLC only, Fog Craw is DLC only, Deathclaw's main game, crispy squirrel bits you can find kind of all over the place as squirrel bits. I like squirrels in real life, so I don't want to hurt them. Grilled radroach, we're going to cook up some radroach. We've got a decent chunk of experience from that. And I believe if you are 10 out of 10 on intelligence, you get about 10 intelligence every time you do that. We will find certain things though which will buff our intelligence. Now if you'd wanted to put that special point into perception, we'd have just unequipped the sunglasses. Then it would allow us to do that. And then we put the sunglasses back on, we'd be at 11 out of 10. It is possible to get certain stats up to about, well, I think 20 odd I've seen done fairly easily. Other things using other little workarounds have given even more. Radar with some 38 rounds, a stimpack, a pipe pistol, a drifter outfit, dog meat, and a tire iron. Now we've got that pipe pistol. I'm actually going to go and see if I can do something with that straight away before we actually carry on. I know this may seem a bit irritating, but I want to know what I can do with it. I want to get the character up and running quickly. So I'm going to come all the way back over here. The drifter outfit looks pretty cool actually. I think it works quite well as like a cowboy style outfit. So crafting with the pipe pistol. And we want to see if we can change this. Yeah, we need to change the stock to make it into a rifle. So these just make minor changes to the attributes. I want to change it into a marksman's stock, not a grip. Either a marksman's or a recoil compensating stock. Marksman just gets a little bit lighter, recoil compensating because it actually buffs the accuracy that little tiny bit more. We need gun nut rank 2, so we could go with marksman stock to start off with gun nut rank 1, but we don't have that at the moment. So at the moment we'd probably actually go to a standard stock. Upgrade it later. The receiver, for example, on this, light frame just means it's lighter, significantly also reduces damage. Heavy frame makes it heavier but does more damage. Calibrated means it does better critical shot damage, which only again really works if you're in VATS. Hardened receiver boosts the weight a little bit. I mean, at the moment we're on 2.3, hardened goes to 2.5, but 16 damage. Automatic receiver turns it into a machine gun. Hair trigger just means we can tap the trigger a little bit quicker. Powerful receiver, again, ups that. These are all gun at rank 1 until we get to rapid automatic receiver, which has very rapid rate of fire, but it's pretty bad. Calibrated powerful receiver. If you want to play as a commander character, then go with automatics. If you want to play as a rifleman character, then go with not automatics. Calibrated powerful, it's pretty decent. Powerful automatic 45 receiver, but 45 ammo is fairly rare. And if you want to go as a gunslinger, go with the pistol grips and the same kind of things that we use on the main. Now we're going to be a sniper as well, so we want barrel, potentially, or a long-finned barrel. Then we will want to put on short scope, reflex sight, which are ones we can do at the moment without going too far into the tree. And then we'll want to put on a suppressor. Suppressor. The reason why we're putting on a suppressor is because of the skill trees will go down, and we don't want to be heard for one. It doesn't really matter at the moment because we don't have any skills put in. We are effectively tabula rasa, other than the special stats. So we'll go back to where that guy met his end encounter doggy. At least we'll look and see if we can upgrade some armour. We will be wanting to do certain things with armour later on. However, standard weapons are all well and good. Certain weapons that can get legendary stats on. There are some uniques and named legendaries, for example, which you can get at various different points in story from certain events. Straying away from home a little bit. Sanctuary is generally pretty safe. I mean, you can get raids on it if you don't build it up properly. I'm not really going to be staying at Sanctuary. I like the Minutemen too much to completely betray them. I'll let dog
Hey,
bark.
boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself?
I found a dog.
You lose your owner, buddy?
I want a hat. That's a big-ass dog. And why
Okay,
is it in
then.
such good health?
Let's stick together.
Again, more conspiracy theories about why the dog is in such good health. Who owns the dog? Has he been put there for you by someone? Although, as you'll find throughout this game, there are certain fantastical elements. Where have you found something, dog? It's very clever. Some suggestions that the dog is, for example, a deity kind of thing, or the dog's not real, other people suggested, which doesn't really stack up particularly brilliantly, dog not being real. Again, I'm not going to criticise too much. I mean, hey, maybe you are still frozen, and this whole thing is got 16 bottle caps there. Radix, bedrock terminal. Business entries, you can find stuff about that. Ooh. Safe storage. Take care of these barrels before you leave the night inspectors coming first thing in the morning, just hide them with the others, we'll figure out a long-term solution later. Cave right below the shop, so that's interesting information there. Some details all the way up to Friday, October the 22nd. Not overwhelmingly interesting other than that other aspect there. There is a workbench in the back here, like the one we found in Sanctuary, which means that this can actually be a settlement you build in. It's trunk empty. Doggo, what are you doing? What have you found? I don't remember where everything is in here. I've used this. God damn it. I don't think get through this floor. Oh, no, apparently they can get through fucking tile. Doggo kills. Doggo vicious. Kickballs, Dog meat is pretty useful as a companion. He's not the greatest, he has a low carry weight. But it depends on the style of play you want to go through. Dog meat is great if you want to play as a lone wanderer kind of character. He can hold people down. It is one thing he's very, very good at. He can like hold people in place, I mean by that. Turn the radio off because that's creepy. Power armor station there. This has stuff in it. Yeah, it has a few bits and bobs in it. I'll probably be based out of here early on in the game. Fuck you. Okay, just hit the dog. Dog meat as well can be really good for buffing up friends' affections towards you. Where the fuck are they gone? That's on there. They're tunneling. Assholes. This is more mole rats than I normally see. I'm playing fast with this, so I don't care if I'm overusing it. It means shooting the legs. Oh, we've got a crit available. Crits. Generally speaking, although there are some legendary effects that cause them to miss. Sounds terrible, but hey, some people still believe that that legendary prefix is good. It's not. It's not really clearly stated in game, but it's pretty rubbish. We'll get to that though. There is one guaranteed instance of it we will find, and we may well find it much earlier than that. And we got our first level up. So, using the guide, our level up, we want to take... Oh, I was too slow on I'm wanting to take the rifleman perk. We don't actually have a rifle yet, we will be getting one shortly. Rifleman's even in there. Rifleman is in the perception tree. At the moment, we can take... We're down to penetrator, we cannot take fire because we are wearing the glasses, which boosts us to perception 10. Doesn't count as a permanent buff, so if we took the glasses off, we'd be kind of screwed. We will get sniper later, probably. We may actually toggle that one out if we're just going to be using VATS. We can see what different things it does. Non-automatic scope rifles have a chance of knocking down your target is actually pretty good. Non-automatic scope rifles gain 25% accuracy to headshots in VATS is also pretty good. First tier of it's not particularly brilliant. There are other ones I'd rather take to start off with. Now with charisma, don't mean to keep on banging the microphone, sorry I'm a bit clumsy. Lone Wanderer would actually have been really, really nice as level 3. We may well take some charisma perks at some point just to be able to get Lone Wanderer. For the moment though, we may as well have a companion. Dogmeat does not actually count though, but we could be using a companion particularly early game to get certain perks, because each companion has a certain perk when they reach max affinity, and you complete the quest for them. Among my favourites would be, well I've never actually used Cosworth, so the first person we're really going to meet, who is a legendary meme. Preston Garvey has a pretty good one. Gunslinger is great for pistols. That's actually really nice. That overall. Commando is fantastic if you want to use machine guns, for example. Mysterious Stranger is something I absolutely love, and even though it's not part of the build, up to level 50, we will go beyond level 50 before we actually finish the game. No doubt, because, hey, I'm going to grind some things at certain points off stream. An armor workbench. So we will have certain things. There are certain things as well I really want. We can put linings in, but we need certain aspects. Insulated lining. We need adhesive. Adhesive is great. Pip-Boy, we can paint it. I'm sure I downloaded the Vim paint job. Never mind. Yeah, so various different things that we can do later on. We can actually break down quite a lot of these things around here as well, since we now own the settlement. We're doing that later on. We're doing some settlement building maybe next time around. For now I want to get a little way through the story at the very least. Oh goody, more enemies. So as you can see, we have the flashing crit meter at the bottom. I'm going to take the crit here. First guy guarantees the kill, does more damage. Various perks actually increase our crit damage and speed to gain crits, as can certain legendary effects. Every time you take a shot in VATS, it uses your action points for AP, which you'll see in the bottom right corner, which I actually currently cannot see. Because of the mixer overlay, the mixer overlay to not cover one thing covers another one. I'll have to see if I can actually change this in future. Maybe put it top center, because I don't want to cover my compass, I don't want to cover my health bar, I don't want to cover my action points. Especially not with a sniper character. Because with snipers as well, if you're not using the thing, you can hold your breath, and the longer you actually hold your breath, sneaking a little bit at the moment. I like sneaking quite a lot generally anyway, because it allows you to know where things are. Puddles not good. Right. There's people. I'm actually going to equip the Molotov cocktail as well at the moment. Well, we've got some frag grenades as well, and frag grenades are generally better. I'm trying to keep hold of the frag grenades for what we really need. A switchblade. Saw us.
Hell yeah.
There's a battle going on. Anyway, and I think that went too short. And we killed somebody with them. Grenades and that have their own deal. You can actually get trajectories on throwing arc from different perks. Those damage. And there's another really, really good use for that perk. Now, there's a dude up on that balcony up there. Shooting these nutters underneath a naked corpse in the road. I'm not sure if I'll be able to even hit them here. while when we're done with this area. A great way of getting a legendary item, which I'll explain in future. It's a little bit of an exploit. I don't really mind this one as an exploit, to be fair. It's built into the game, it takes patience, it's not duplication. Right? Duplication I have a problem with. Hi dude! Complete the quest, we get a nice boost there. Fusion cells, we definitely want some fusion cells. Use my cat minimum outfit. And we got another level up, which is brilliant actually. I can't believe how quickly that went up from 2 to 3. So we're going to be putting some points into sneak. Engagement still costs 10 limits to lose you is a great end perk. Just being harder to detect is always good. You know, because we're going to be quite squishy. Now this build also puts in though the existence of Night Person. I'm not sure I'm going to use Night Person, to be honest. I mean, it buffs intelligence perception between the hours of 6 PM and 6 AM. It's kind of a 50-50 shot, so we're going to be doing that. I may actually put in some utility perks instead of Night Person. Not really decided. It can help us level up a little bit quicker if we put it in there. Of course, though, you know, we can get intelligence built up, get Scrapper, get Science, get Chemistry, for example, if we put things in intelligence. Or I could go for Mysterious Stranger and Bloody Mess. I may actually put Bloody Mess in instead because that gives a damage bonus. 5% damage bonus flat on everything. 10% on the second tier, third tier is 15%, and then on the final tier, at level 47, when an enemy explodes, nearby enemies may suffer the same fate. So dude explodes, and then that splatter causes a chain reaction. Scrounger allows you to find more ammunition, Fortune Finder allows you to find more bottle caps. Maybe worth picking them up as well. An Idiot Savant. The lower your intelligence, the more experience you can get from a random trigger, which can work fairly well. We're getting some more luck later on anyway, because we're more critical banker. Grim Reaper Sprint's pretty good, Falling Clothes pretty good, Ricochet though I don't really care about. So the next level, we've currently got Night Person. I think I may actually stick loyal to the build. I mean, we're going to be over leveled by the end of this anyway, by which I mean past level 50, this build only goes to level 50. So we just found some more apparel there though. Favourites. Apparel, we've got a Minuteman's outfit that increases agility and perception, which is really cool, but again, reduction in resistance is quite like at the moment. Newsboy cap, we finally have a cap that boosts our charisma by 1 point. Harness is pretty worthless. Drifter outfit is actually not bad. No radiation, but it gives us some standard weapons resistance. We've got a leather chest piece, a leather left leg. Long John's pretty much worthless. A Raider left leg, so that's 2-2, that's 2-5, so leather wins. Road leathers, they look kind of cool, but they're not really worth it. Got left leg armor and nothing else at the moment. We could put the assault gas mask on, but that would reduce our stats, be like our special stats kind of thing, by removing our hat and our sunglasses. So even though it gives nice bonuses. Now we've got sneak boost. The slight issue is we've not got a silenced weapon yet. And I'm not going to bother silencing this pistol. The reason why I'm not going to bother silencing the bloody pistol is, well, we're going to be a rifle. So, we've got a quest in here, in the Museum of Freedom. Now I'm going to clear out the internals of the Museum of Freedom. I'm not supposed to continue there. There. The nice thing about bats as well is it just leaves you lined up anyway. If you don't have a shot. Didn't I hit them there? Well, that killed them. That was nice. Now as you can see the little compass, the red dots, that means there are people nearby. Red dot is an enemy. If they have a little arrow pointing upwards, it means that they're on the floor above us. Now we're in the Museum of Freedom here, in part of the display. This got me a little bit the first time I came in. You're not normally there. Now we got the sneak attack bonus because we're sneaking. Double barrel shotgun, a leather chest piece, sack good, made of those. I'm going to keep hold of them for the moment. We can sell them later on. We can address civilians in them if we are in settlement management, which we're going to be. You can put your companions in them as well. Show off a little bit of the settlement management aspect. Now, I know I'm talking quite a lot and perhaps ignore. Mannequins are all over the fucking place in this game. Right now, in certain situations, there are lots of little mysteries about the mannequins in a variety of different ways. Some of them make more sense than others. Some of them require upon a notion of the fantastical. Some of them require just knowing part of the story and make sense in terms of the story. I'll let you make up your own minds about it. Now we can turn on our light, which reduces our stealth.
Hold out for the others, like we're supposed to. What are you, deaf? Somebody's out there shooting the place up. I ain't sitting around waiting to die. I swear to God, you make a move for that exit, and I'll gut you myself. Now shut your mouth. We'll never get the drop on this guy.
Fuck, are they gone? They ran out of the corner. I like the switchblade. 38 rounds, which goes for pipe weapons. Pretty sure we just got a rifle. Our first rifle. Hey, Dad. So we got a rifle. Pipe water pistols, which we're going to use. Well, technically the double barrel shotgun and handmade shotgun will count as rifles. We've got a laser musket, which is also a rifle. We've got the short pipe revolver rifle, which relies on 5 ammo, which is not easy to come by in a game. So again, I'm not really going to use it at the moment. We're going to adapt our pipe. We already had a left leg. Are they that lopsided? No, we need to go upstairs. This door. No, it just drops down. I always forget how that one goes.
I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you. Come on, man. They ain't going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with. You hear that? I gotta.
There are a lot more people around.
Dead. Who's that?
There's a dude the other side of that wall. They're gonna come through that door. You're dead. Hi, other dude who's out there. I hit myself.
My arm.
That was smart of me. that was really smart of me. And we've healed that though. Did we finally get a right leg? We've got left right leg, so we have got some right legs. Shows how much attention I've been paying. Do we have any arms? No. Why? Why? I know I need to go back and look at that guy's corpse, but there's stuff in here I can take. For example, 38 rounds. Duct tape is fantastically useful. Anything with adhesive, oh my god, pick it up. If you're going to play this game, always get something with adhesive. Virtually every upgrade on anything that requires an adhesive. Pipe pistol. That was his. I'm going to start leaving him with bits. I'm going to leave his dignity there. I'm not going to leave him hanging around naked. Right. I believe we've slaughtered our way through most of these people. That was a guy we shot on the way in. Pipe auto pistol. Short pipe revolver rifle. Again with some 45 rounds. So actually maybe not quite as rare as I thought. And friends. What is reloading? For fuck's sake. And there's a glitch I always notice in this room.
I don't know.
Oh, the dog has already settled down.
Time is impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minutemen.
The man, the meme, the legend.
Minutemen? So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice. That was the idea. So I joined up, wanted to make a difference. And I did, but things fell apart. Now it looks like I'm the last Minuteman left standing.
The world's changed so much. None of this makes sense.
You all right? Listen, we need your help. And then maybe we can help you, huh? What brought you out here?
My son Sean's been kidnapped. He's not even a year old.
That's messed up.
Technically, he's 200.
I'm sorry. I know how this world can be. A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. First, it was the ghouls in Lexington, and now this mess.
Despite all his memeing and stuff like that, I think he's actually a fantastic character. He's got a
What
really
are
good
ghouls?
backstory with the Minutemen.
Wow. You really aren't from around here, are you? Nope. Ghouls are irradiated people. Most are just like you and me. They look pretty messed up and live for a long time. God damn it. But they're still just people. The ones I'm talking about are different. The radiations rotted their brains, made them feral. They'll rip you apart just as soon as look at you.
Ah, that ain't it.
Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
Tell me.
Let's hear it.
Sturgis, tell him.
This is where the glitch comes
There's
in.
a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
So the issue I usually have is that it keeps one set of subtitles on when they're not actually speaking, and it overwrites the other. It may have been actually addressed in a recent patch with regards to the Creation Club updates as well, which is really, really nice.
What makes that power armor so special?
A West-Tech internalized servo system, that's what. Inside that baby, super is the new normal. You'll be stronger, tougher, resistant to rads, and... get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
And I can use the minigun like a rifle?
Don't see why not.
We
It'll
were in
have
the
a
military
manual
game.
trigger.
It's weird that we have
Just
these
aim it at the bad guys and do the old spray and pray. Now, as for the armor, it's out of juice. Probably has been for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
So, what's the solution?
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core, a high-grade long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement, locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Can't be too hard. I'll see what I can do.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
I'll probably need it. Magazine, Robco Fun. It brings a game with it. Certain magazines, we've already seen with Grognat, give you perks. Some just give you items that you can keep. Some give you little things. That's got an unlockable terminal minigame on. We'll see them in a bit. Most importantly out of this room, aside from all the people and Mama Murphy there talking about something coming and it being a 3, and she is right, we get the perception bobblehead. Your perception has been permanently increased by 1. Hey. This story's really sad.
What are you going to do in that stupid jumpsuit? Bleed to death?
I'm going to shoot her. You can't actually kill her, unfortunately. Those two have an interesting story between them. Sturgis is also a more interesting character than you will ever normally realise unless you find a certain thing later on in the game. Hashtag no spoilers. Right, so we want the fusion core, which is downstairs. I'm just going to take the shortcut and jump so we can get through that door.
Out of bobby pins.
We've got no bobby pins. So we can't just pick the lock unless we find some bobby pins. I felt sure there was something there, but fuck. I normally have bobby pins at this point, I can't remember where I've gotten them from. I can do the unlock on the computer. This is like the old Mastermind little mini-game that you can do. If you get it wrong though, you can be permanently fucked. Just gonna upload all the characters. Right, select potential password with the left stick, press A to enter it. If your chosen password is incorrect, the number of letters that match potential password, both letter and position, will be displayed on the screen. So you want to look for things that are fairly common. So there's a few beginning with S, or second with A, a few where it's got a couple of E's in there, but we're going to start off with CD. 0 licenses, we can get rid of signs, we can get rid of here's, get rid of samba, get rid of 3, we can get rid of sort, get rid of cheap, we would taunt them in. There we go, we got it. Slightly keep patterns like that. Generally you go down the middle, you know, and then work off from there. Now unlocked. Take the lead. It powers down the plates, but who the hell cares? Can we get up here? Yeah, I think we're okay. We've bothered with that before it. So, there's a box with some 10mm ammo in. Some 45 rounds, medics. Set the shot glass. Could do with a drink. Seeing if there's some more stuff to steal down here before we go. Cap stash. There we go. That's nice. Cap stash. Caps replace money in the post-apocalypse. So for now, I'd go out and buy all those glass bottles of Coke. Just neck them all. And yeah, keep the bottle caps and become a hoarder. There's a skull, a switchblade, and a nuclear coil. Switchblade may not be particularly worthwhile on this build, but hey, why not keep it? Get you earlier? I know we killed you, but all left legs. Why all fucking left legs? Should we just come back across there? I can remember where I'm going. Also need to get back up to the roof, so we need to go up the stairs again. Did we take that guy? Just back up. This was the guy whose head we took up. We have immaculate taste. So, we get across the other side. We're never going to be able to do that because we don't have super jump or anything like that. We're going through here. Killing her. She annoys the crap out of me. She never really warms up to you. Like, she can have some nicer words for you, but she's never nice. You can see the vertebrae, which is going to collapse the roof here to some extent. You can see it there. If you remember, we saw one flying at the start of the game. Power armor is not something I've ever really cared much for in this game. Not compared to it in previous games. I've never played a power armor character. I'm probably going to do that at some point in the near future with a different kind of roleplay. It's more useful if you have high intelligence, I believe. There's certain perks in there that allow it to last for longer. We do not have high enough intelligence to really work. Log, SSG, Underglue, excellent combination wrench, also good. Cap stash. The dog was halfway on the wall then. And we want to enter the power armor. I believe it's already got a broken part to it. It's a relatively good nick. But, hey, we're gonna get this. It enables us to rip the minigun clean off. Yeah, so it's got some badly damaged parts, not really broken, but there's a bit of machine gun.
Up here.
Take the gas canister, clear
We got
conquer the
somebody
foster.
up here. We've got
I've got the laser musket before. The laser musket is a bit annoying, it needs winding up. I do not think it's got one shot or two shots. It is pretty powerful.
Why don't you get down here? Let you and my boys have a little talk. Steer away, guys.
We do have two shot, excellent. You'll want to keep an eye out in the distance, is all I can say.
Opening fire.
Oh, we missed.
Steer away, asshole!
Not much chance of hitting it. Well, they evaporated pretty nice. Bristol's the name enemy. Actually, that means they are stronger.
Steer away, asshole!
Well, so legendary enemies, though, not to be confused with enemies. Preston's actually killing a few of them, which is pretty nice. Certain kills, laser weaponry as well. And in fact, where is this other guy? Cool. Goes into sort of ash piles like that. What the fuck are you? We may have to come down. I don't really want to get down yet. Because I've not seen what I'm waiting for yet. Gah! Oh, I didn't flush him out. If you pay attention as well, when you got more charge... Oh, there's one. When you got more charge in the laser musket, it makes that sort of like wobbling noise. There they are. They died. We're still taking health damage while in this armor, by the way. We're not immune to things. First, yeah, 35% chance we can score it. Ruins their day. Grenade at me. Can I just see the full remote camera moved away with it? That is. We are playing that build. So, gonna be using it when I can. I think I may have heard. There it is. See right at the back. Something in the back. A little bit slower this time around than I have on certain. Easy enough to get there within the first hour. Right. It's out there. So I'm going to prepare for it. So I guess to go back inside. That's one of the advantages of being in power armor, is that you can just jump from a high height and not really take any damage. Got a Corvega storage key from Shell System Pack. And it's there in the background. A little bit wary of moving too much. Don't want to lose this loot. That enemy as well can kill us through power armor fairly easily. It's going to hurt the dog as well. So I kind of want to kite it. So we're hitting it. Right, the skull rotation means it is a higher level than we should be able to deal with at the moment. Dog wind up the moment. First time I fought this, I didn't have this, and I lost all my power armor. The minigun does very little damage per shot, however it's fantastic with certain effects because it fires. You can see it's chunking bits of damage off that deathfield HP cell. With certain attire and things like that, for example, you can pretty much level up just off killing that bastard there. Dog. Okay. That's okay. Heals over time, he's not essential, he's not going to die. Don't worry about him. do kind of want to keep the power armor for later on, for uses down the line. I also want to drain, though, the fusion core.
Take it easy, Mama.
So I don't know if I want to leave it here.
I'm fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
Hi. That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you're on our side.
Cool.
You guys gonna be okay now?
Yeah. For a while, anyway. We can at least move someplace. Listen, when we first met, you asked about the Minutemen. One thing you should know about us, we help out our friends.
He's gripping right through that laser.
For everything you've done, thank you.
I didn't do it for money.
Hey, sorry. I'm used to everyone being in it only for themselves. You know, you remind me of my friends. The other Minutemen. The ones who gave their lives for something bigger than themselves. You should come with us to Sanctuary. We could use the help.
What would I need to do?
You'd need to stay strong like you've been. 'Cause there's more to your destiny. I've seen it. And I know your pain.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
I knew it. Please tell me where he is. I need to find my son.
I can't see him. Not clearly. But I feel his life force. He's out there. And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
What's in Diamond City? Is Sean there?
Look, kid. I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems.
So she takes chems and she gets the sight.
Will paint a clearer
She's actually
picture.
usually right with regards to
Mama
the
Murphy,
sight.
we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Ah, shush, Preston.
Preston's also right.
We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, he's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move
Mama
out.
Murphy
We're heading
is
for
actually
that
correct
building
with
on the
his sight.
It's not far.
Various different situations you can give her chems or drugs to enable her to use the site to get more information if you need it. However, this does not go down well with other companions, generally speaking, particularly Preston, and he is absolutely spot on. It does inevitably kill her if you go down that route. Which is then still side. It is quite a sad little scene. Right, so we are wanting to go back to Sanctuary. There is a place around here where we can get legendary items, which we will probably be using at some point. It's down there next to that blue little shelter. We'll be doing that at some point in the near future. Certain business premises we can go inside, which opens up separate areas on the map. I've never actually fully explored Concord. I've never really found it that worthwhile. But I have found where that Deathclaw appeared from. There's Red Rocket. I don't know whether to leave this in Red Rocket, eventually. We've got a power armor shelf in there. I might leave it in Red Rocket, because I'm not going to be siding with the Minutemen, but I actually like some characters there. I want to create a little collective for them, do my own thing this time around, and join another faction. Because I've always played as the fucking Minutemen. So I'm going to turn this into a groovy little base of operations. They will start doing that in a not too distant future episode. Get out my power armor. There we go. Fucking way, doggo. Am I over encumbered? I think I might be. Oh yes, because I'm carrying a sodding minigun. Yeah, we're well over encumbered. 5 sets of knuckles also don't really help. Nor do they multiple pipe water pistols. Well, actually, I'm going to take the pipe auto pistols back out of there. I have a use for them, sort of. Nobody has a use for a pull cue, they're just fucking worthless. Double barrel shotguns can also be used as well. That's going to pipe revolver rifles. Switchblades, not really. I'll keep hold of one of each of them for the moment. The minigun though, only we're going to be using that, and we're not going to be using it particularly often. Drifter outfit's not awful, but I'm going to store it here. Along with the assault gas mask, although we can make Mama Murphy wear it if we want to, which makes me kind of giggle. The long johns, we're not going to be keeping them. We might put certain sailors in them later on. The Minuteman outfit, we get agility and perception boost. We'd probably need to upgrade that though, in order to really use it properly. Bunch of road leathers, sack hoods. You know what, I'm going to put the long couple in them because I'm nice like that. Got a bunch of leather left legs that we don't need. Spare leather right legs, spare leather chest pieces. Yeah, we're going to have to be running stuff ourselves. We may well do that later on if we really want to. But I don't know if I will really want to or not. Can we get... We don't have enough copper or screws. Damn it. I thought we found some stuff. We cork with the sharpshooter's grip. We can pin things on there though later on to highlight them in the world. They're still only just on their way. We can break down all these cars and things like that as well to get more goodies. We've got a few little missions we can do out of here, out of Sanctuary next time around. I'm just going to get back up into the town, and I believe we're going to call it a day there. Yeah, we'll soon be able to start toying with things in Sanctuary, make a nice little town. If we were playing as Minutemen, I think it's a really nice settlement to build up. It's kind of like where I base myself. Did we get any stuff? Yeah, Deathclaw steak. Okay. If I'm playing as the Minutemen, I really like building Sanctuary up. Partly because it's your character's home, partly because you kind of like come back here and it's the first one you start setting up as well. So there's a nice one to set up, you know, a little series of missions to do here to get it properly set up. So we'll do that next time around. Codsworth's there, god damn him. Gonna drop some stuff into here, which we're gonna give to the settlers. I mean, we're not gonna be antagonistic to them. At least not intentionally. Maybe slightly antagonistic to them. There's no difference between them other than the appearance. I actually prefer the double barrel, but the slight problem I have with the double barrel shotgun and the variant is how they fire. That's my only real issue with them. It's how they fire. You only get 2 shots. They're incredibly powerful, but you can get better weapons for that purpose. Right, we now just have to wait for these fucking slow coaches to get back up over here. This house got completely destroyed. Why are some of them so collapsed? Why is there a BAFTA belt as well? Let's go find where the dumbasses have got to. They can't be fighting these, can they? I'm always of the erroneous belief that jumping makes you faster and everything. Why have they... You know what? I'm not even going to ask. I believe you can find a decent gun around this bit as well, just along the banks here. Walking a fair way down. We'll check them out some other time. But why do they divert off the road? Stupid assholes. Oh, I equipped my weapons, didn't I? Haha. That's a 10mm pistol we all know and love. Wild mongrel and a radstag doe. Radstag are pathetic creatures. The game even refers to them as pathetic creatures. As you use VATS, you build up the crit every time you get shot. Certain weapons rack it up fast. It was there, I wanted it dead. Do not shed a tear for that puppy. Well, I'm actually going to use my for it immediately last I do, and hopefully we'll get the kill with the remaining shots we've got. Dog, chase the bastard. Probably us running off after it. That was a waste of a crit and ammo. Aha, I believe I found it. So we're going to go back to the town in a minute. There's some stuff there. Toy alien and bread balls. Maybe not. Kill a ball from the gourd though, and gourd is quite helpful. So, one of the first things you need. That radstag seems like it just died anyway. It's a good experience. Carrot flowers do not actually count as carrots though. So one of the first things you have to do in Sanctuary is start setting up suitable for habitation. One of the things you'll need for habitation is food and water. So naturally you have to plant crops, and having crops available to you to plant is spectacularly useful. You also have to build beds. Might still do that. I might leave a spot for me in every town I pass through that I get access to, even if I'm not building them for the Minutemen. You know, it's still worthwhile keeping a couple of safe havens nearby.
Can we trade a few things?
Just when you think you're safe, you're not. That's how they always get
So I can dress her up now. Hi Preston, we'll talk to you, we'll turn
Hey
to
there.
bloody mission.
I'm glad you decided to come with us. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here.
Yeah.
Lived it.
I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn. Like one of those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
My son. Somebody took him away while I was still trapped. I've been looking for him.
Damn. I'm sorry. I hope you find him. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Anyway, I am glad you're here.
Awkward pause. Very awkward pause.
And I hope you don't mind, but I've got another favor to ask. I've had word from a settlement asking for help. There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen
See the Minutemen get you
is
to
to show
this.
people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. By the way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgis. I'm sure he'd be glad.
I'll just do all of your work for you, mate. I've got a lot of experience over finishing my freedom calls. Oh, please get another one. Ah, not quite. Now, I believe we're actually early in the morning. How do I see what time it is again? Is that data? Yeah, 2:13 AM, so it's before 6. We are actually going to take Night Person because thinking about it, for a sniper we're going to be able to darkness. Also, you can see because we've got the bobblehead, we can get concentrated fire. So, if we do things, we actually currently are operating at an increased experience bonus during the night. This dog just kicks that out the fucking way. I'm gonna get those clothes out. I'm gonna dress up annoying lady in road leathers. Just annoying lady at the moment though. Her husband's a bit too pathetic. You're Sturgis. We need to talk. Where's she gone? Marcy. Marcy. Marcy.
You willing to
Alright,
do
well,
some
Sturgis has
work?
got jobs for us. We'll pick this up.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. There's a workbench over there you can...
Right, so... get in touch with the workbench. That's what he just... Beginnings of settlement. You don't always have to actually click on the workbench itself. You can scrap all kinds of things I like. Tires, barrels, completely collapsed housing. You can also use the workbench menu to direct settlers to do things. We'll want the wood. That's a given.
Help out or get lost.
I want to trade a few things.
Right, and we're going to give her road leathers. Well, we could give her a harness, actually. I forgot I had the harnesses.
You call this place sanctuary? Cemetery seems a little more appropriate.
If it wasn't for that face. Scaly bitch. We're not going to build anything in our old house. We could build everybody in the yellow house, or we could demolish one of the old houses. And we could turn this into like a bunkhouse for everybody. Which would be quite cool. We could actually do that. Probably do that between episodes, as building the town. I'll just show you that how you craft things. You can build whole structures. And with the DLCs, you can see I've got extra things available for them. With regards to furniture, we need beds. Different beds have different requirements. So you can just get mattresses on the floors and bags as well, which require only 3 cloth to build. So they're a pretty good way of going. 5 cloth for a proper bed, 6 for a mattress, 2 for that bed actually from Vault-Tec. We need some steel. We could just build a bunch of Vault-Tec beds, since they only need 2
That
cloth.
Death on Concord was bad news, huh, Mama? You ever seen one of those suckers before?
Wood structures, concrete structures.
I killed a Deathclaw all by myself.
From actually. I believe you can build prefabs.
Just a pipe pistol.
So we'll build that.
Telling me you killed a Deathclaw with 1 bullet? Come on. Take me for it.
True. I might not look it, but back in the day, I had quite the shot.
Yeah, or quite the imagination.
Yeah, so we could build like a whole great big building here and just house everybody in there. We could build this large shack. We've got enough supplies for it. And just make everybody live in there. Or we could put them in the old buildings. I think at the moment I'm just going to put them in the old buildings. A future episode, maybe before a future episode, we'll build up a communal area because we can always store items of furniture, as you see there. And make a bunkhouse kind of thing. Although we've got the buildings here, so we may as well just use them. We'll make bunkhouses in other places if we ever have to build a settlement. We probably will in certain places. It's always nice to have a little trade outpost. You know, a little area where we can do stuff. Probably shouldn't have broken the road down, but screw it. I'm not going to live in the yellow house. The yellow house I'll actually use as a central platform. So we're going to go to furniture, beds, and we want that really low usage Vault-Tec bed. And okay, it's fairly big. We'll put a bed in there. We'll put a bed in what was the bathroom. And one in what was the kitchen. Last kitchen long apart. Destroy that car. That content's in it, what the fuck? So this blue house was our old house, that's got Sean's crib in it. Not going to do anything to that one. You are styling that, Marcy. Now if we were playing some Minutemen, it's actually really nice to put some houses there. I usually do play as a Minutemen, so I usually do like little houses and places and stuff like that. This place can get cleaned up, I suppose. Thank God. Scrap the safe rather than unlocking it because we've not got any lockpick skills. Why can't we build these double beds? Could we? No, that's just a single bed. Why'd I do that? Makes that the most awkward way. Let's top toe them. You can even get into that other bed at the moment. And then I think we're actually missing some health. So we can sleep for an hour, get the well rested bonus. We apparently just slept with Marcy Long. Because we're still just a little bit before 6, so we should get the buffed experience. It's 5:16 AM.
Hey.
Oh, you're June
Do
Long.
you have a moment? I wanted to thank you.
Don't mention it.
You have no idea. My son, he's gone.
Uh-huh.
But you and we're still...
I didn't really want to talk to him too much because well, we need to find Sturgis before the timer runs out. I can think I'm getting this done quick enough. And of course he's sleeping in the house. He's not actually sleeping. He's standing
Hey,
in a
Sturgis.
bed. Oh, he was sleeping. Bethesda has some bugs.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's spirits. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it. Clean.
Great.
Uh-huh.
So we don't actually get an experience bonus from that. You can tell it's been a while since I played this game. We'll probably sleep through until nightfall again then, and take advantage of the situation then. For now, I've demonstrated how building works. I've demonstrated quite a lot of things in the game. So I think I'm going to call the stream there this time around, and call the video there if you're watching this on the VOD, which is what I'm building it for. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, questions, what would your special stats be? And, well, it's a bit early to ask you what faction you'd join, considering when you just really started. But hopefully you've enjoyed it all, and give your thoughts to your special stats. Laters.